Africa belongs to South African. I hate foreigner. I hate Krikamba. I hate Kwara. I hate Zai. I don't like foreigner. Foreigner must go to their country. I hate foreigners. I am xenophobic. I hate, again, I hate times and times. I don't know how many times. I hate foreigners. I am xenophobic. I don't like foreigner because foreigners, I don't have a child because of foreigner. Ramaphosa, take these foreigners to their country right now.
You can want to judge such a person for being xenophobic until you hear them say that I hate foreigners because foreigners took away my child. And this is not the first time that a South African is actually crying that foreigners have ruined the lives of their children or unalived their children. And at the end of the day, you're like, okay, you're justified. If I put myself in your shoes, and if it's my son and I know that it's a foreigner that caused it, no one, not even the president, can stop you from being xenophobic. You're welcome to this channel. My name is Lake. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you are new here, feel comfortable, and if you're my returning subscriber, thank you so much. By now it is no news that foreigners are being chased out of South Africa, whether you're Ugandan, Nigerian, Zimbabwean, Kenyan, out of South Africa because of your behaviors, especially if you're undocumented. Now, it's not all of the South Africans. It's a group called Operation Dudula, and these guys are anti-migrants. It has even reached a point where they don't care whether you're documented or not, as long as you're not South African. Obviously, you're going to be spotted. They don't want to see you in South Africa.
As a member of Operation Dudula, and as a member of the bona fide of this country, we fought for this country so that we must enjoy the economy of this country. Today, we don't enjoy the economy of this country. The economy of this country is enjoyed by foreigners. You look at the whole of South Africa, corner to corner, even in the villages, is the sponsorship of the Ethiopians and Somalians. So when you can go to Ethiopia and Somalia, it's empty. The whole of Zimbabwe is empty. Malawi is empty. So we must accept each and every little Tom, Dick, and Harry. Our tax must maintain the whole of Africa. No, we cannot do that. And Cyril Ramaphosa is not a taxpayer. He's a taxpayer stealer. Even now, he stole millions and billions. Even now, he wanted to steal 700 million. That's what we are defending here. So what must happen? This government must be disbanded because of foreigners are enjoying our whatever what we fought for all these years. Today, the economy it's in the hands of foreigners. When you go and apply for anything, you cannot get anything. So what I'm saying is that first thing, government they must make sure the whole of this country there is a barbed wire fence.
I was watching a documentary, I've forgotten, but it was on YouTube, and when you see the border of Zimbabwe and South Africa, it's the barbed wires that are there are knee height. But when it comes to these border things, it is really, I don't know, because it's almost everywhere that at least in parts of the border points, you're going to find out that people are freely crossing over from one point to another, from Uganda to South Sudan, from Uganda to Kenya. And so it's going to be so hard to control those who are entering these nations illegally. However, when you also look deeper, you're going to realize that the violence in South Africa against foreigners is a symptom of deeper systematic issues such as poverty, inequality, poor governance, and maybe social instability, not just hatred or xenophobia as some of you may picture. And again, I don't see a problem with them being xenophobic. I don't see a problem with them coming out to protest. The problem comes in when they want to fuel the crime rate. And this goes both ways, whether it is the people of Operation Dudula or the illegal immigrants. Inflicting pain on someone should not be a priority. Of course, I say that not every South African is going to come out and say that we want foreigners out. Some people are on the side of foreigners and are saying that, guys, foreigners are bringing in a lot. These people are creating businesses. They are mostly entrepreneurs that you're going to find. And some of them are even giving employment opportunities to the nationals of South Africa. They are paying taxes.
Foreigners don't pay tax, so they shouldn't use our public hospitals. That lie gets repeated often, and some of you actually believe it. But this is just lazy propaganda. Foreigners do pay tax every single day. Every time a foreigner buys food or clothes, they are paying tax. It's called VAT. But when you tell xenophobes about this, they suddenly say, oh, but VAT doesn't count. If VAT doesn't count, then we should refund foreign nationals all the money they pay towards VAT. After showing that foreigners do indeed pay tax, they move the goalpost. But foreigners don't pay income tax. You know who else doesn't pay income tax? 8 million unemployed South Africans. Should they be denied public healthcare too? Be honest, this was never about tax. This is about finding any excuse to justify cruelty against poor, undocumented black people. That's all it is. Then comes their next excuse. But other countries put their own citizens first. If those countries are so great at looking after their own people, why are those same people risking their lives to come to South Africa? Why aren't they staying in those perfect countries that prioritize their own citizens? So now you want South Africa to become like the countries people are running away from. You want us to copy their failed system. You're not thinking straight. Our constitution doesn't pick favorites. It protects everyone who lives here. Section 27 says everyone has the right to access healthcare, not just citizens. Human dignity and equality are non-negotiable rights. You can't rewrite the constitution to punish a certain group of people you don't like. You don't get to strip people of their dignity because they don't have a dompas, and no judge is ever going to entertain that nonsense. Denying public services to foreign nationals doesn't protect South Africans.
I've been seeing stories of foreigners. I'm talking about the legal ones, the ones that are documented. They've been crying out saying that, especially the notorious group, Operation Dudula, they've raided their businesses, scattered their businesses. Some of them were threatened not to go and get social services such as healthcare in public hospitals because public hospitals, I beg your pardon, is meant for the South Africans and not for the non-South Africans. And they're saying that, guys, we've been here for long. There's no way you can do this to us. And we're here legally. The government of this country came out and gave us this right to stay in this land. So why are you opposing us from receiving the necessary benefits that we have to receive? But like I said earlier on, this is not something that is happening to only the foreigners. Even the people of the land are facing the same problem. They are saying that foreigners are doing more harm to them than good. Foreigners are attacking them. Foreigners are selling illegal substances that are endangering the lives of their children. In fact, the number of foreigners that have committed crimes in South Africa is overwhelming.
If you still think that South Africans are xenophobic, listen to these statistics and tell me if you are being fair. Because I did a thorough research to count how many foreign prisoners we have in South Africa and how many foreign prisoners are there in different African countries. And you will see that what is happening here is not tolerated anywhere in Africa. Ghana has 995 foreign prisoners. Kenya has 360 foreign prisoners. Egypt, 1,200 foreign prisoners. Nigeria, the people who are causing problems everywhere, they only have 245 foreign prisoners. Zimbabwe, 591. Mozambique, 330. Lesotho is a no-nonsense country. Because there is the hangpal there, the death sentence. They only have 23 foreign prisoners. Botswana, 524. Swaziland, 270. Namibia, 465. Guess how many we have here in South Africa? 25,585 criminals in South Africa. Foreign criminals. They came all the way from wherever they came from to come here and commit crime. You know, my mother has a business. She was robbed 3 times. My brother stopped working there because they were coming and they were shooting people there. And then they took his wallet and it had an inscription of his name and surname. And then the police found that wallet in another crime scene. It means these people are committing crime everywhere. And guess who was the person that was found with that wallet? Alfonso from Mozambique.
It's going to be hard to chase away the legal immigrants, but for the illegal ones, as long as we don't have boundaries, proper boundaries as nations, it's going to be very hard to get rid of them. If the standard of living in my country is not suitable for me, and I keep on hearing from my own people that come this side, life is good, and I know that there's a leeway for me to cross over, why don't I just cross over? It's as easy as that. And then the problem comes in when you cross the other side and there's really nothing for you to do other than the dubious jobs that are there, like selling substances. How do you wake up and sell a substance that you know is going to cause an addiction to someone and the person ends up ruining their lives or even dying? Because that is what is happening. And then at the end of the day, you want your nation to come out and defend you when they arrest you or when they sentence you to, let's say, death. How are you going to defend yourself? How are you going to start pleading for your life? Sometimes when life is hard this side and you run the other side, it doesn't mean that you cannot come back home. You can go back home and look for different ways on how to improve on your life. The best way is to always do it the right way. Be legal and let the law fight for you. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. Until next time, see you. Bye-bye.